Hey guys, welcome back to Life Right Now, where we talk about our life right now.
We're doing these segments just speaking from the heart, just so that you guys get to know us a little bit better.
So, in this next segment, we're going to talk about things going on outside the home.
Cheers!
Cheers, ladies.
I'll go ahead and start us off with talking about bread. I have been making sourdough bread since last June. It's almost been a year. It's crazy. And I do not bake. I don't cook. I don't even barely make a bowl of cereal, guys. Y'all both know I don't cook. And I don't know, the Lord just put it on my heart recently in the past year with the economy and just life getting a little bit more hard financially to start making my own bread. So I went over to a friend's house. She happened to have sourdough starter. She gave some to me. And I had tried perfecting it for like 5 months and just giving the bread out for free. And then someone came over to our house and they had a slice and they're like, this is amazing. You need to sell it. And so I started selling it. And that's been kind of exciting because not only have I been selling it, but one of the fun things is still getting to give away my sourdough starter to people and blessing them with that and knowing that something I have gets to impact them. And then also recently, I've gotten to share my recipe that I feel like I've perfected. It might still have some tweaking, but I got to share my recipe with our pastor's wife and then also a new friend of mine. And both of them, y'all, said that the bread turned out perfect. So I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to know that my bread is impacting people's lives. Another activity I've been doing recently is my son and I have been going to the nursing home in town, and we've been doing a Bible study with them, as well as with our pastor's wife, who started the whole Bible study idea. And that's been really sweet to get to pour into these beautiful souls, and they're just so pure hearted. It's really, really wonderful to be a part of. My last thing would be our Thursday morning ladies Bible study. We just gather together, we read a few verses or a chapter or two and discuss it. And one thing I love about this Bible study is we try, not all the time, but we try to go deep. So instead of just surface level stuff of how does this Bible verse affect your life? Well, this is how it affects my life. We dig into like the Hebrew words and what does this Hebrew word mean and the culture. Why do you think they did this at this time? And that has just been so fun to almost feel like I'm living in a movie scene whenever we're going through all of the verses and chapters on Thursday morning. So that's kind of my stuff that I've been involved in recently. And it's kind of simple, but it's also been really fun.
I can't wait to try your bread when
Ah,
I come to Texas.
yes, girl.
Yes.
It's
And
so
Kels, you're
good.
you're one of the people I've gotten to give my starter to as well.
Yes. I just want to attest
That would
not
be me.
only to the taste of Melissa's sourdough, but it truly is a skill from the Lord, almost like spiritual gift. It's a skill because I got gifted a starter two separate times and I could not keep them alive. One time I actually made the bread and it was like still moist on the inside. So, all that to say, Melissa really does make amazing bread and the whole town loves it. My mom's always asking, does Melissa have any bread?
What have y'all been up to recently?
Lately, I have been training for a half marathon that I'm going to do. That has taken a lot of my time just outside of the house by myself without kids because a lot of the things that I do, y'all, involves my kids. My two girls keep me so busy. My oldest daughter does American Heritage Girls, and that's something I'm involved with in our church, and this is our first year doing it. So basically what that is, if y'all don't know what that is, it's like a faith-based Girl Scouts, and it's been so much fun. But we have to earn these badges, y'all, so we have like this homework, and it keeps me busy all week long. And she just started soccer, and so I'm a soccer mom. And My youngest daughter, she does dance and she really likes that. And y'all, she is a fireball. She is a little tornado. She is something else. She keeps me on my toes. And what else have I been up to? Just involved in my church with the childcare program. I volunteer often to do that. And what else, y'all?
And cleaning lipstick off your walls.
Yes,
Yes, you
I
have.
have been cleaning lipstick off my walls, y'all,
Insert the photo
because
right here.
Yeah.
my little Texas tornado got into my lipstick. And I am still finding kiss marks everywhere, y'all. Right? Pink kiss marks. She kissed the doorknobs and she kissed the TV, the closet. It couldn't just be any kind of lipstick. It had to be a lip stain.
Oh,
Like
And
a
we have
pink
bright
one.
white walls. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna have to paint over these little kiss marks everywhere, but I know that it's not like aesthetically pleasing and I will get rid of them, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, like those are little shuggy marks.
I know.
What about you, Kelsey?
So, just a couple things going on outside the home for me right now. One of the things that I've been doing pretty recently is mops, which Sarah, you have mops too.
Yes,
So I
love
do that
mops.
once a month. I met some really sweet ladies through mops, and the boys go with me and I drop them off and they have fun. And we're actually going to do that next Friday. So I'm excited about that. Another thing is I recently decided to volunteer to help with the youth, which I'm so excited about. I was in a youth program in middle school called K Life that was so incredibly impactful to me. I still remember just really having the best time with my friends there. It was something I looked forward to. Melissa, you were a K Life leader in our hometown where you still live right now. So you know how it is with the
yes.
youth stuff. It's really fun. So I'm really excited about that. And then other things going on outside the home are really just church and house church. Our church
Mhm.
has a thing where we get together either on Sunday nights or Wednesday nights, and it's kind of like a little Bible study where we just talk about the message and just a way to fellowship and get to know the church members better than just, going and seeing them on Sunday and not really knowing any of their names. So this is a way to be more personal. And I really enjoy doing that. Yeah, it's really fun. This church that I'm going to, a little bit different than the church I went to where I lived last. It was a bigger town where I lived last and a bigger church. And I have nothing bad to say about it. I just didn't know the pastor. And I know my pastor, I know his wife, and it's just a different feeling than I've
Mhm.
ever had before in my life, just getting to know the community of the church of the town that I live in now. So it's been fun. I really enjoy doing church related activities and stuff, but that's pretty much all I have going on outside of the home.
Your church sounds amazing though, Kelsey. I love how you've really developed like a personal relationship with the pastor and not only that, also the other members because that just really makes it feel like a home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the same thing, just how special that is, because there's so many people
Yeah.
who go to church and they walk in and they walk out and that's it. And they
Mhm.
go back to their life, and the musicians go back to their life, the pastors, even the congregation all go back to their life, and they don't know each other's names or anything about each other. Prayer requests, like if you're going through something hard, no one would know. So
Mm-hmm.
that is just so
Mhm.
special that your church offers that. I love hearing that. That's so fun.
I'm used to going into the back of the big mega church I went to and like hiding and being like, like no one's going to talk to me, which I would have liked it if they would have, but it was just so different. And you guys all know y'all's pastors too and really enjoy the churches y'all are going to too. So
Mhm.
it's so nice that we all three have churches and pastors that we just enjoy. That's something that we should all appreciate.
The next topic in life right now is things that we're looking forward to. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, to start us off for this topic, one of the things that I am looking forward to is the success of this podcast. And
Ooh.
no,
Aw.
I'm not talking about the amount of subscribers or subs that we get. I'm talking about the way that God measures success. We've been having so much fun doing this podcast, and I know that we will make an impact, even if it's on a few. God doesn't call us to reach everybody in the world. There's people with huge platforms like that. He just calls us to reach who we can. And that's what we're trying to do with this YouTube channel. We are not trying to be the biggest #1 podcast in the whole world. We are just trying to speak what we've learned through experience into the viewers, to you who's watching right now and listening right now.
Thank you for watching.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
if you haven't subscribed, press that subscribe button. Thank
Give
you.
us a sub. No, just kidding. You
Comment. No, I'm kidding.
Share.
Help. I'm just kidding.
Drop a sub.
Drop us a sub. Right here.
That's
Here's
this
that
whole
button.
this whole episode is us just saying please subscribe.
Please. Oh, guys.
I'm
Leave that
crying.
in there. Please.
Sorry, Kels.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I want to read this quote that I found on Google real quick that would go really well with that. God doesn't measure success by worldly standards. He does not have the same yardstick that we measure success by. So that's really what I mean when I say I'm looking forward to the success of this podcast. Just not just our sub count growing, but just hopefully seeing the lives that we impact through doing this work for the Lord. So that's one thing I'm excited about. Another thing I'm super excited about is finishing my Bible recap by Tara Lee Cobble. It's a year-long plan, but I'm taking slightly longer than a year to read it. I give myself some grace because when I start to make it I must do this and a check mark, we've talked about that before on the podcast, when it becomes legalistic, checking off a mark, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm taking a little bit longer, and I give myself grace because, I was sick or whatever. But if I'm not reading from the plan, I at least read like a little bit somewhere else if I'm bored with the plan. So I'm still reading the Bible, trying to do it daily. What I'm most excited about is reading the Bible a second time and a third time and a fourth time, because it's never going to end, you guys. And I'm excited about that. That's something that would be daunting to other people, but I'm excited about finishing the Bible from front to back for the first time in my life.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a first time for everything. It doesn't matter how old we are or how long we've been a Christian. Just the fact that you're trying, Kels.
Thank you. Yeah, I started it on my 30th birthday, and I was being really legalistic about it. Like, I needed to do this every single day and was not enjoying it. So I have found that I ask the Holy Spirit to help me understand what I'm reading. That's when I enjoy it more. So yeah, those are my two things that I've got that I'm super excited about and really looking forward to. What do you guys have that y'all are looking forward to?
So, Kelsey, I love that you're almost done reading the Bible from front to back. That's amazing. And I want to read the Bible multiple times too in different translations. And I know we've talked about this before, but I read a lot on the Bible app. And sometimes I will change the translation just to like get the whole feel of a verse. And I do that a lot, but I would love to read the entire Bible like in multiple translations just to get like everything out of it. So, a few of the things that I'm most excited about is we have our first family vacation coming up. So, as y'all know, we're military family and we live out of state. So, usually we will travel home and that's like our vacation. And it is really fun. It is a vacation. But for my oldest daughter's 10th birthday, we are driving down to California to go to Disneyland. And this is our first family vacation. I'm very excited about that. Also, kind of nervous, but excited. We're going to be meeting my parents in Las Vegas. So, that's like on the way there. So y'all, it's gonna be a whirlwind, but I think it'll be fun. I will let y'all know. Yeah,
We'll have
I
so
will
much
keep y'all
fun.
updated. And what else? Trip to Texas, seeing y'all, of course. I will get to see y'all very soon. And also family friends. I'm excited to be back in the land of HEB and Whataburger. Texas is the greatest country. I miss it.
It is.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on? Just the end of the school year. I have 26 more days to wake up early for school. And yes, I counted them, y'all, because I'm not a morning person. That's something else I'm excited about homeschooling too, is we'll get to sleep in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, just the end of the school year and just beginning our summer and all of our plans and seeing you guys and just all the fun that we're going to be having.
I had two things coming up that I'm excited about that y'all talked about. So, my two things were this podcast. I'm excited just to keep on doing this podcast, and these segments are a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So, that's fun that we're trying this more down to earth style, drinking coffee and tea in your living room type feel. And then also, my mom, sister, and I are going to be going to a women's conference in May. So we're kind of celebrating my mom turning 60, the big 60.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. Another fun thing that's coming up is there's going to be a horse clinic in our town that my neighbor is actually putting on. And she's a wonderful, very well rounded horse rider, horse trainer, just horse everything. She has like 40 years of experience with horses. And she's going to be putting on a grid and pole workshop. So it's like these little poles on the ground, and you have to like stop your horse perfectly in the square. And if they take an extra step, then you can get points counted off if you didn't ask them to take that step. And I'm trying to like compare it to something that a human would do. Probably like driver's ed. If you're
Yeah, that's a good one.
driving with that
Mhm.
teacher and you're trying to parallel park and you don't do it within a certain amount of turns or something, you get
So
counted
nerve
off.
wracking.
Pretty similar, and I'm her like assistant. So I'm interested to know how I'm going to be assisting or how I'm going to be participating in it. It's going to be fun. And then some of our neighbors moved away to Paris, Texas, and they have a little girl who my son loved hanging out with and playing with. So we're actually going to go visit them, and we're not doing anything big, but just being able to see them. And I know the kids are going to love it and just spend time with them. I think they have Lego day at their library. So we're going to go and participate in the Lego day. And I think their daughter has like a T-ball game one of the evenings. So we're going to go to the T-ball game, just spend time with them. And my very last thing that I have is my son's birthday coming up in June. He's never been to Chuck E. Cheese, and he has heard tons of kids his age talking about Chuck E. Cheese, including your kiddos, Kels.
Mhm.
And he just wants to go to Chuck E. Cheese. So me and my co-op friend are going to be taking our kids to Abilene in June, and we're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And then there's also like a kids festival going on for, I want to say, like a week, and we're going to go to that kids festival, and there are crafts and plays and music, and it's all like kid related. So that's what we're going to do for his birthday. I have a lot coming up. I've been having to use my calendar.
Isn't that weird when you do have to use your calendar? Like the other day I was making an appointment and I was like, I need to check my calendar.
I know.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Thank you for joining us today on this podcast of Life Right Now. Cheers to our futures and how God is in control.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We did it, y'all. We did it. We're done.
I'm taking my hair down.